Saturday evening. It's me again. Um, sorry if it's the same character, Uh, but I live by myself. Okay, so there's no other character. I guess you just have to get used to it. Um, or maybe I should try to be more entertaining, maybe, so that you don't get bored. I try, okay? I try to be more funny and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, I went to work because we got a lot of work at workplace. So I had to go to work, but I'm back home. Oh boy, my goodness, look at this. What a mess. So we're gonna erase all this crap, okay? We're gonna erase all this. Alright. Mm. Okay. There we go. I forgot to buy these pens again. My goodness. Why do I always forget to buy this markers? You know what? I'm gonna actually put that in my calendar. Oh, my back. I mean, back of my neck. I'm gonna put that in the calendar right now. So I went to Walmart today and I forgot. I didn't forget to buy the milk. I forgot to buy the markers. I'm gonna put it in my calendar. Marker. It's alright. Whatever. Okay, so we are doing economics now, okay? When Einstein formulated this formula, general relativity or special relativity, basically, it was kind of critical for him that give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, I just turned on the heater, so it was critical for Einstein to make sure his brand new theory is kind of backward compatible. Backward compatible. What does that mean? It means it's kind of dovetail with classical Newtonian physics. Okay. Einstein's new theory should work well with Newtonian physics. Meaning, according to Einstein's theory, yeah, it dovetailed very well. So when the velocity is not as high as like speed of light, then yeah, Newtonian equations are very good approximation. But Einstein is saying, but my equation is more complete. It's more. It may not be perfect, but it's at least more complete, and it's a at least better approximation to the real truth. Okay. So, but do we do that with economics or psychology? We don't. Okay, because classical psychology, classical economics, they don't work at all. Okay, so we abandon it. We don't pay respect to this demand curve, supply curve. No, we just disregard it completely. Okay, we don't care our new theory in economics is backward compatible or not because the classical so-called economics theory doesn't work at all. Okay, so we just abandon it completely. We just dismiss it. Okay, we don't even pay tribute or we don't pay any respect to it. Okay, so yeah, psychology, of course, not. We disregard it completely. Everything that psychology has built for centuries, we just toss it off the window. Okay, because it's worse than economics. Okay, absolute garbage. So we just dismiss it. Okay, so actually we don't want to be backward compatible. Okay, because those economics theory, psychology theory, they are wrong theories. Okay, so it's better we are totally incompatible with those theories. Okay, because they are incorrect theories. All right. Um. Anyways, now you can kind of guess how much trouble I got into when I was in school, right? Kind of rebellious. Well, whatever. I am rebellious. Okay, I'm very liberal in this sense. Okay, because I don't care how long this tradition has been. It carries no zero weight. It carries no weight in the eyes of humanology. A very long tradition could be still wrong. Okay, we don't care how long this tradition has been. Okay, just like Jesus said, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy this temple in 3 days. I'm gonna rebuild it in 3 days. Another 3 days." Okay, so you will take only 6 days to destroy and rebuild, demolish, and create brand new. That's what Jesus said. Okay, because other people laughed at him. Oh, hey, this temple has been here for centuries, and now you're saying you're gonna destroy it and in 3 days and rebuild it in 3 days. What, are you crazy? But we adopt that bravery, that bravado, courage. Okay, Jesusian kind of rebellious attitude. We adopt that attitude. Okay, so of course, maybe it's not too easy, but we suspect it shouldn't be too difficult either. I mean, humanology, humanological economics, probably it's not that simple, but I don't think it's too hard either. We just need to think creatively. We want a complete set of equations that can work together. Just like in Newtonian physics, yeah, they have F equal ma, and they have finite set of equations, right? Newtonian physics, F equal ma, and then what? F equal g times m1 times m2 over r squared. Yeah, and w is equal to fs. The work is displacement times force, right? They only and in the electronics, the v equal ir, there are only a handful of those important equations. Okay, that's what we are trying to find out in economics. Okay, and past economists, they failed. Okay, so all the supply curve, demand curve, I think it's all garbage. Okay, so Cambridge garbage. Okay, Cambridge School of Economics, I think it's all total bullshit. Okay. Oh, come on, this fucking faggot, what? John Maynard Keynes, isn't he from the Keynes Economics School? Yeah, faggot school right there, Cambridge. Okay. You can imagine how stupid that school must be. Okay. Homosexual school, Cambridge, University of Cambridge in Britain. Yeah, school of homosexuality. That's what Cambridge is. Okay. Oh my goodness. We disregard all that shit. Okay. Ugh, disgusting. So, but we suspect it's not gonna be that easy to find the finite set of this economical equations, because if it had been that easy, probably it had been found and discovered earlier. Okay, so we suspect it's not gonna be that easy, but we are brave, courageous people, so we're gonna challenge it anyway. We try to find it. Okay. So, well, we need some starting point, right? the initial motivation is like basically Sam Walton. Okay, so because like tattoos, okay, tattoos, piercings, we want to make this laser surgery to remove tattoo. We want it to be a very cheap service, like so that even the tattoo shops can conduct those things. Technically speaking, tattoo artists, they shouldn't be doing those tattoos. Why? Because they are not doctors. Okay, because there's health hazard there, right there. Okay, they are not licensed doctors, medical doctors, but they are putting ink inside of your skin and you bleed. You know, it's very dangerous thing. Okay, so but they just bypassed all the FDA regulations because it's supposed to go through FDA regulation, Food and Drug Administration, because you're injecting some ink into your body. Okay, they just bypassed all that stuff. Why? Because it came to American society through side door criminalism. Okay, only the like Hispanic gangsters, not Italian gangster, but Hispanic gangsters. Okay, or some maybe Asian gangsters. They were the very first one who started tattoos in United States. Okay, now everybody's doing it. Okay, because why? Because they want to look like criminals. Oh, I'm strong, I'm tough. You know, devil worshipping, satanism, right there. Okay, your role model is criminals. Your role model is a criminal, tattooed gang members, gangbangers. That's your role model. That's how corrupt America has become. America worships Satan. Okay, America has become a satanic country. Oh, that's very unfortunate. But look what's happening: gay marriage, tattoos, piercings, marijuana, obesity, sugar, fat. Okay, and they condemn good things like alcohol or tobacco. Okay, it's sad state of affair that America is going down and down and down. Very sad. Okay. Ah, boy. Anyway, is it time to take a break yet? You know, I want to take a break. Okay, because Saturday I worked because I had to. Okay. In any business, there are some busy weeks. You know, so yeah, we had to work today. So yeah, I'm not tired, but I mean I feel good. I did my job today, so uh, but I want to take a break. Okay, it's been less than 15 minutes, but because I don't know even where to begin. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more. So okay, so anybody can just tattoo other people without any license, without FDA approval, without medical doctor degree. Okay, then let them also get rid of tattoos without any license. Okay, let them clean up their own mess. Then should it be free? No, no. But it should be better be cheap so that everybody can get rid of tattoos in an inexpensive way. So tattoo removal should be comparably priced with compared to tattooing itself. Okay, so tattoo removal should be cheap. How do we make that happen? Well, if there's a lot of demand, then you can distribute the fixed cost. Okay, cost overhead over many customers. Okay, so how do you reduce price? For example, the very first personal computer or very first computer itself, they're very expensive because there are not many demand. It was very specialized. The computer market. They're like business machines. Only big corporations or governmental agency purchased computers. But once there is this generalized market, consumers, personal computers, then the price of computer is going down. Why? Because so many people are buying it. Companies can still make good profit, even though, although the price is lower. It's like Sam Walton principle, right? If a lot of people are buying it, even though the profit margin is very thin, you can still make a lot of money. It's like taxation, right? You collect $1 from everybody, just $1 from everybody. You can collect $300 million in America, because there are about 300 million Americans, right? About, just about. Okay. So we want to formalize that. Okay, the relationship between price and demand. Okay, probably we will need to introduce more variables. Okay, probably demand is a little bit composite concept, and demand and supply, they are not quite independent variables. They're very interrelated. Okay, so that's the complexity we are gonna tackle on. We're gonna tackle with. Okay, wrestle with. So like, if two variables are kind of interrelated, then it's wrong to say, like, for example, with price, first attempt was price is equal to demand minus supply, right? Not quite, because demand and supply, they are not independent from each other. They're kind of dependent. There's some relationship between demand and supply. Okay. Um, so we should start being a little bit more mathematically rigorous. Okay. Yeah, we can parameterize these equations, or make it into some kind of function, and okay, we should think about this. But we believe we can do this. We'll get there one day. Okay. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Okay. So I was running out of this disk space, and I realized, oh, what if, because now the bottleneck of this upload, of this whole production of this video recording, is that uploading is so slow. Okay, because one episode is 3 hours and it's 10 gigabyte. Okay, so I'm keep on recording like at least once a day, and then uploading takes whole day. So that's the bottleneck. So it's all backed up now in my hard disk drive. Then I realized that's why it ran out of space. Then I realized, you know what? I have like 20 different video recordings that's still sitting in my computer that's waiting to be uploaded. Why don't I just move that over to external hard drive? And when I upload, then I can copy from external hard drive back to this laptop computer, and then I can upload it. All those recordings, hundreds of gigabytes, doesn't have to be sitting in this laptop computer. Yeah, it can just reside in the external hard drive until they get uploaded. After they get uploaded, yeah, push it back to external hard drive. So yeah, that's the solution I came up with. One extra step, but it's alright. Okay, we're gonna take a break, okay? Because this is not gonna be easy. We'll take it nice and slow, alright? So that we don't miss anything. Of course, one step at a time. We don't have to be perfect the first time, But yeah, we'll do it nice and slow. Okay, let's take a break. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna be a big challenge. But I don't have anything better to do than doing humanological economics, I guess, or economical humanology, because it's so important that we understand. We need to get to the bottom of this economics. Okay. We need a good equation. Right now, we don't have one. Okay. So, okay, let's approach it in an ontological way, philosophical way. Elemental analysis. What is elemental analysis? Okay, we define a concept. We just look at our dictionary. Like x, what is x? Is equal to y plus z. What is friendship? You have two people in a, so friendship, for example, is equal to two people, two people plus asexuality plus affection, love. Okay, two people, they like each other, friendship. Okay, pure friendship without any. We're not talking about romantic relationship here. We're talking about, doesn't have to be same sex. No, so two people, they like each other, and it has nothing to do with sexuality. That's friendship. Okay. Can husband and wife be friends? Yes. Why? Because the relationship between a husband and a wife, or even boyfriend and girlfriend, there is more than sexual relationship. There's a lot more to it. There is friendship. Okay, and that friendship has nothing to do with sex. Okay, they care about each other. That's friendship. Okay, so yeah, that's elemental analysis. Okay, and what is asexuality? Asexuality is equal to not plus sexuality. Okay, yeah, this plus sign we are using it in a very loose way. Okay, elemental analysis, because we need to find very elemental variable, and demand, supply, they are not elemental enough. They are composite concept. We need to get to the bottom of this. Okay. Okay. So we're talking about demand, and we realize it's not elementary concept enough. It's not a basic concept. Okay. So, also price. It's not a simple concept. Okay. Why? Because let's say you are a businessman. Okay. So you make some calculation, projection. Okay. So every month, so yeah, economics can become very complex very fast. All right. We're talking about business, and there are some fixed cost. Okay, so yeah, we need to start simplifying things. Okay, the fixed cost. Let's assume. Okay, you're a carpenter. Okay, you're a carpenter. I mean, art sculptor, sculpture, sculpist. How do you say that? Sculptor. You're a sculptor. Wooden work only. Let's say you buy a saw and some chisel, whatnot. Let's say they last forever. Okay, just to simplify. But it's a good approximation because they last very long, right? So you buy a good chisel, you can always make it sharp by with this what you can grind that, right? On a grindstone, I guess. Let's say you have a knife. Yeah, you can grind the knife so that it stays sharp, right? I mean, it's gonna wear out eventually, but probably it can last your lifetime. Lifetime. Okay, so that's, let's say it just lasts forever. Okay, it's a good approximation. All right. A tool. Okay, metallic tool. So let's say, yeah, all these tools are they're your fixed capital, right? Capital asset. Okay. Yeah, there's depreciation, but let's ignore that. Okay. Ignore wear and tear, depreciation. Ignore it. Okay. So that's fixed cost. Once you buy it, you have it forever. You can use it forever. Okay. Fixed cost. And then there is this. I forgot all these terminologies. Okay, so I don't want to go back and maybe I should look up like some Wikipedia on economics because they have good terminologies at least, right? So fixed cost and then there is variable cost, I guess. Okay, I think that's what how they call it. But probably it's better if we rename that. Okay. Well, a variable cost, it's not variable. No, it's more like periodic cost. Okay, you pay rent every month. Okay, that kind of stuff. You pay tax every month or every year. But to simplify, let's say you pay tax every month. Okay, every year, every quarter, whatever. Okay, so that's just to simplify. You pay tax every month. You pay rent every month. So those periodic costs is probably better term. Okay, because they don't have to vary. All right, you just periodically incur those costs, right? So let's say one-time cost, all this capital asset, right? One-time cost, you purchase it, it lasts forever, okay? And you have this periodic cost, okay? So, or labor cost, right? Periodic cost. You pay salary to your employees like every month, okay? And because fixed cost, I mean the one-time cost, to buy equipment, it lasts whatever. So, but the thing is, if you're running a factory, you purchase this heavy equipment, you probably won't pay it just one time in cash. Probably you do something like mortgage. Okay, you pay in allotment. Like, okay, I bought my car, but I don't have it's like what $20,000 or not, right? I don't have $20,000, so what do? Yeah, monthly pay, right? Yeah, equipment, I like that too. Okay, like just like mortgage, right? And typically, the lifetime of equipment, let's say this equipment lasts for 30 years, probably that's the reasonable. I mean, if it's very expensive equipment, like factory equipment, then yeah, probably your mortgage is about 30 years. Okay, so after you paid it off, well, this equipment is useless, that kind of thing. Okay. So even the fixed cost, I mean, yeah, one-time cost actually is periodic cost, okay, in real world, or we can see it that way, even if it's not that expensive. Okay, we can just distribute over time. All right. So let's say per month your business cost is, let's say, $100, okay, per month. It costs $100 to run your business, okay. We are just making easy numbers, just for the ease of calculation. Okay, so now, so to break even, let's say per month you sell 100 products and it costs you $100 per month to produce $100, 100 items. So to break even, what should be the price of this item be? Is it too easy? Okay, then let's not make it too easy because it could be confusing. Let's say the cost to run your business. Okay, you make 100 items and you sell them all. Okay, 100 items, your product that you sell. Okay, and it costs to run this business, to make this 100 items, it costs $200. Okay, now what should be the price, the minimum price, or the price to break even? I'm hand waving too much now, so yeah, we'll do elemental analysis later, okay, to break down conceptually what's price, what's demand. But let's just start easy, okay, step by step. So 100 items, okay, per month. That's, you produce 100 items per month. What item? You carved your sculpture, wooden sculpture, because you are a sculptor, woodwork, okay? You produce 100 items per month, so about what? 3 items a day, okay? Because you're a very elaborate artist. It's all hand carved, okay? So 3 items a day you produce, and you sell them all. Okay, to simplify. Okay, you sell them all because you kind of balance the supply and demand. So here, supply equals demand. Okay, you don't want to overproduce it, and because you don't want to work too hard, or you don't want to underproduce it. Okay, so you adjust the supply level to the demand level. Okay, so here supply is equal to demand. Okay, now to produce 100 items per month, it costs $200 per month. Everything amortized. What is amortization? You distribute the cost over a long period of time, just like mortgage. Okay, okay, your house is what, $100,000. Okay, let's say 1 year is 10 months. Okay, if you pay $1,000 per month, it will take 100 months, about 10 years. Okay, yeah, so 10-year mortgage, you pay $1,000 per month for 10 years. Forget about interest, okay? We're gonna simplify. Yeah, just disregard all the interest and stuff, okay? And 1 year is 10 months, okay? For the ease of calculation, okay? Because we need to put down this conceptual level first. We need to grasp the concepts. Oh, 12 months, 10 months, it's just minor adjustment. Okay, anybody can do that. Computer can do that. We can program that. So we need to put down the, we need to simplify the calculation in order to grasp concepts first. Okay? Yeah. Get rid of all the unnecessary burdens, you know. Okay, so then what should be the minimum price to break even? What's the break even price? $2, right? Yeah, because you're gonna sell all 100 items. So if one item is $2, then you break even. Okay. So now we have something like price minimum. Yeah, we are making progress here. Okay. So minimum price or minimum or break even like BE. Minimum price is equal to what? Supply, number of supply, right? Which is equal to demand in this example. So it's $2, right? So it's 200 over 100. Okay, then cost over supply. Okay, so that's price. The higher the cost is, the more expensive this item will be. Okay. If there's a lot of supply, when the cost is the same, then price will go down. So we are kind of getting that Walmart, Sam Walton principle. Okay. A lot of supply, then price go down. Here, demand is equal to supply. Okay. Because as a producer, you sculptor, you don't want to overproduce, because if you overproduce, it will just go to garbage, waste. You wasted your time and material and money to produce these things that nobody want to buy. You don't want any supply surplus. You don't want that. Okay, so you adjust dynamically depending on the demand. You adjust your supply level depending on the demand level. Okay, you don't just mass produce and hope somebody will buy that stuff, because that's what happened during the Great Depression. They overproduced it and nobody want to buy it because they don't need all those products. They just need one markers. Okay, I don't need 100 markers. No, I just need 4 of them. Okay, so yeah, supply, you have to adjust your supply level to the demand level. Okay, so we have supply is equal to demand. Okay, supply is equal to demand. Okay, have you ever seen this kind of equation in economics? I haven't. It's something very bold if you think about it. Okay, they have like this demand curve, supply curve, right? Whatever, or the other way. No, supply is actually equal to demand. Okay, that's one possibility at least. Okay. Is this always true? No. But probably this is the case in most of times, like 90% of times, perhaps. Okay. And we'll consider a situation where supply is more than demand and demand is more than supply. So classical economists, yeah, they're not too bad. Okay, they tried. Okay, so this concept of demand and supply, where is from classical economics? It's just that as of now, economics is not a complete science. Okay, they got something right, like demand definition of demand, supply, or other concepts like opportunity cost or marginal utility. Yeah, they are good concepts. but in terms of equation wise, they didn't quite get it right. Not yet. Okay, so we want to contribute to, we want to make it more complete. Just like Jesus, right? Jesus said, hey, don't think I came to destroy the old laws, the Old Testament. I came to complete it. Okay? So we are playing the role of Jesus now in economics. Okay. Yeah, we want to make it more complete. Perhaps we should be more respectful to old economics. Huh? Perhaps we should behave like Jesus. Respectful. Whatever. Okay? Whatever. Okay, so we're making some progress here. Okay? So, let's take a break and move on. Okay? Yeah, concrete example. It really helps. Concrete example, real world example. It helps. We don't want to be too abstract as a starter because then we'll totally get lost. I mean, we better start with some concrete example first instead of abstraction, generalization. They should come after some later. They should come later because it's more difficult thing. It's more like a goal, you know. We are not, so at the beginner, as a starter, we should make examples instead of thinking about generalization or abstraction or some equation. Nah. We should make examples first. Then we can come up with generalization, general equation, you know. So, okay. So we got a good game plan here. Okay, we take a break. Okay, we have now new game plan. Let's not be too ambitious. Okay, let's be humble. Let's humble ourselves. Start with some examples like this. Okay. All right. What else? We're gonna erase this. Let's think about some other stuff. Let's make concrete examples. You know, I don't know how to write it in Chinese, but in Chinese culture, we're talking about Far East Asian culture. Okay, China, Korea, Japan. Okay, they're called four-letter Chinese maxim. Okay, there's so many four-letter Chinese. Yeah, in English, yeah, four-letter is like very bad words, right? But in Chinese Asian culture, yeah, four-letter Chinese maxim. Okay, I don't know how to write it in Chinese, but in Korean there is one maxim that I remember now. Okay, it's pronounced as 경무치지. Okay, what does that mean? You study objects in order to reach knowledge. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, I think it's something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Okay, I don't remember. I think this is how you write this object. Okay, so what is physics in Chinese? Li. At least that's how you pronounce it in Korean. Li. How would you write Li? Li. It's been such a long time. Something like that. Okay, I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember. It means theory of objects. Okay, that's physics. That's how Japanese, Chinese, Koreans interpret what physics is. Okay, so it's all translated from English basically. Okay, so anyways, because physics, like physical objects, right? Inanimate objects. Study of inanimate objects. Okay, like very bottom level. Okay, so yeah, you study the objects, humble yourself in order to reach knowledge. Okay, so that's what we are doing. We are gonna approach it that way. That's our new game plan. Let's study examples first before we theorize it, generalize it, before we think about equation. Okay, yeah, let's think about examples. So we have price equation. You're a businessman, okay, and then you adjust your supply level to the demand level, okay. If demand go up, let's say you are a sculptor, okay, you sculpt your own woodwork and then you sell it yourself, okay. But let's say, oh, people just love it, words of mouth. You just used to be a sole proprietor, okay, but it turns out it's became so popular, your artwork. People are lining up to buy your sculpture, okay. Then what do? You hire people, apprentices, employees. You teach them. Now two people are producing. So you increase the production level, you double it. Okay? Instead of 100 items, you make 200 items. That's one way to do it. Okay? Okay, let's say now you have 200 items per month. Okay? And let's say because you hired somebody, an employee, one employee, your very first employee, okay, is you and your apprentice, two employees, two workers, okay. You make 100 per month, he makes 100 per month, but you have to pay him. So let's say cost of running this business also doubles, okay. It used to be $200 per month. Now it's $400 per month. $400 per month. So this is a supply, 200 items per month. Now, cost, $400 per month. Okay? We are simplifying, okay? What's the minimum cost to break even? We are not going to talk about profit at all, okay? Because profit is kind of like interest, you know. We are going to only talk about price, break-even price, okay? Yeah. What is price? Ooh. Cost over supply is equal to $2. Stays the same, okay? Because you're not greedy, or we are just simplifying. We don't care about profit at all. We are just simplifying, okay? Because come on, just like interest, you know, on a loan, it's negligible. Okay, we're gonna ignore it. Okay, at least for now, right? Okay, so price stays the same. Why? Because you're producing a lot, twice as much, but cost now is twice as much. Why? Because you are paying this employee. At first, you're sole proprietor. You didn't have any employee. You used to be the company, the only employer and also employee. Just you, sculptor, okay? And then you hire somebody, so you pay him, and not only that, you pay his salary, and also you need more materials now. Perhaps one more office space, because your employee should have a desk and he should have his own shop. Okay? So yeah, you pay more rent now because you are renting more space. Okay? So more rent, and now you have to pay his salary and also more materials, more woods, twice as much. How about your time to train him? Okay, so yeah, cost can double. It's a reasonable assumption, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Not to bet on assumption, okay? So you produce twice as much, it will cost twice as much. In this scenario at least, okay? So price stays the same, okay? Later on, we'll tweak this equation so that we explain this Sam Walton principle. Mass production can lower the cost dramatically. Look at the personal computer, okay? One computer used to cost like millions of dollars, right? But now, how much is a computer? $500, right? Because they're mass producing it, so they can distribute the cost, fixed cost, over many people. Okay, and they can still make profit, just like Sam Walton. We call it Sam Walton principle, okay, because we like him. Okay, so he's kind of self-made man, you know, just like Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, he wasn't rich. He wasn't born rich, I don't think. As far as I remember, I don't think he was born rich. Okay, he's kind of a bottom-up kind of guy, just like Abraham Lincoln in politics. Sam Walton in business or economics. Yeah, he's kind of. I think he's a kind of bottom-up kind of guy. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so price can stay the same. There's one business strategy. One business strategy. Let's say, have you seen some of those restaurants like in Los Angeles? I think there's this very famous hot dog restaurant. It's always long line and just for the experience. Yeah, I did wait for probably 1 hour to just have this couple of hot dogs. Okay, it was good. It's just for an experience. L.A., Los Angeles experience. Yeah, I just did it one time. Okay, by myself. Okay, and what's the name of that restaurant? I don't remember. Okay, it was in that movie Mulholland Drive, which is a movie by David Lynch, kind of avant-garde ish, experimental ish. He's one of my favorite director. One of my favorite. Mulholland Drive is one of my favorite movies too. So well done. I just love that movie. My goodness. Yeah, so that famous hot dog restaurant was in there in that movie. Okay, was it like Pink's or something? I don't remember. Okay, so yeah, it's in Los Angeles, the most famous hot dog restaurant. But I don't think they have any franchise or any other branches. I think it's just one restaurant. Is it expensive? Not really. So that's why there's always this long line. Okay, because it's not that expensive and it's very good, and they don't have any other franchise branches. So yeah, long line. Okay, I guess some people like it that way. Maybe they like the attention, the control, family business. They want to keep it small. Maybe they like it that way. Sure, sure, whatever. No. So, in that model, this dollar price kind of stays the same, right? You are okay. Let's say now let's get back to this example. You're a sculptor, and you decide not to hire anybody, and you decline to work more hours. Okay. So strategy number one, you hire somebody and you produce some more. It's like your restaurant is very booming and there's long line. Okay, let's make second branch, third branch. Let's hire more people. Let's rent out. Let's rent more buildings, more restaurant branches. Yeah, let's rent more spaces, hire more people, and buy more materials and make more hot dogs. Okay? This the strategy number one. Okay? I mean, that's how McDonald's became McDonald's, right? I'm pretty sure it started with just one branch. Kentucky Fried Chicken or Burger King, Subway sandwich. I'm sure they started with just one branch, one restaurant, but have become very successful, so they became franchise, many branches. Okay, which is very cool. I love McDonald's. I love Subway. I love Burger King. I love them. Okay, but I never put cheese in there. Okay, no cheese, please. No cheese. No cheese. No mayonnaise either. Okay. If I have some important meeting to go to, no onions, please. I love onions, but in California, this is one of my favorite things about California. I love California, by the way. Okay, fantastic people. Yeah, great state, California. Okay, I do miss it. I lived there for like 3 years, Los Angeles. One of my favorite things in California is this restaurant chain called In and Out. My goodness, In and Out Burger. Oh my goodness, they call it double double with raw onion. real onion is not cooked and it's kind of thick. My goodness, it flips my eyes like, ah, it's so good. Now I can die happy because I had this heavenly hamburger, double with raw onion, uncooked onion, double. It has cheese and it has this. I can die happy now because I had this in and out double with raw onion burger. I can die happy. It's that good. Okay. Oh my goodness. In and out. Oh my goodness. Whew. California, man. Oh. In and out hamburger. Wow. Oh, amazing. Magical. Magical. I don't know what they put in there. Do they put some human being there? Like, do they like even do they kill some human babies and put in there? How can it taste so good? Just kidding. I don't know what they put in there, In and Out hamburger, because it's heavenly. It's like the best burger I have ever had. I'm still like it still makes me kind of salivate, you know. Because I remember that taste, heavenly. The taste of heaven, paradise. It's that good. In and Out hamburger in California. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm salivating, okay? Just thinking about it because it is heavenly. Wow. I remember the taste. In and Out hamburger. You know what? If God asked me, he never did, but if he asked me, hey, what do you want in life? I'm a genie, I'm God. I'm gonna give you whatever you want. That just like he asked Solomon, okay? He asked Solomon, but he never asked me. Never. So I have to come up with this hypothetical. If 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 he asked me what I want, if there's one thing I want, what would it be? He would ask me, is it knowledge? Do you want knowledge and wisdom, or you want money, fame, power, women? What do you want? How about In and Out hamburger? Give me In and Out hamburger. In and Out hamburger. That's what I want in my life. Okay, so if you give me that, then I praise you. I thank you. I can die happy. I have one more In and Out hamburger, then I can die happy. Okay, so after that you can kill me. You can send me to hell. I don't care. It's that good. Okay. Oh my goodness. How do they make those hamburgers? I have no idea. But yeah, they're kind of limited franchise. Yeah, they have franchise In and Out hamburger, franchise in California, maybe in Arizona, but I think that's about it. Maybe in Nevada. Yeah, very limited franchise, but my goodness, they're good. Oh, I don't know what they put in there. Okay, I have no idea. And also, there's this cupcake restaurant in the bakery, cupcake bakery in Beverly Hills. It's very famous one in Beverly Hills, in Los Angeles. You know, have I been to Beverly Hills? Of course, I lived in Los Angeles for 3 years. I mean, it's not like I'm rich or anything. Sometimes I just go there to just look at pretty girls, the daughters of rich men, in Beverly Hills streets. You know, yeah, beautiful daughters of rich people. It doesn't cost me anything. I just have to pay the parking fee. Hmm. Yeah, whatever. But Beverly Hills isn't that great. Why? Because there's this traffic jam. I prefer Alaska. Okay, I prefer Alaska to Beverly Hills because Beverly Hills is still in Los Angeles, so heavy traffic jam. Okay, I don't want to deal with traffic. No, I'd rather deal with moose, bears. That's what I would rather deal with instead of all this traffic jam. Okay. Yeah, so there's Cupcake Bakery in Beverly Hills. Yeah, I went there. It's very sugary, but I bought one, and it was very good. Yeah, yeah, it was. That's why what they are famous for. This cupcake in Beverly Hills. Very famous. Yeah, I waited on the line, waited in line, and it didn't take me like 1 hour. No, no, 20 minutes maybe. Okay, and I don't think they have any franchise, any branches. It's just one bakery. Okay, so yeah, every big city have that kind of really famous restaurant, right? With always long line, right? So some people like it that way. Some business owners, they don't want to have any franchise. They just like it long line. Now, here this equation is only about dollar price, but there's price. I told you price is kind of composite concept, very complex concept. It's not elemental. It's not pure basic concept. No, there's a lot to it. So in humanological price, let's say P prime, okay, is demand minus supply, okay, because huge demand and limited supply, so price go up, okay. So well, it's still $2, but there's long line. How does a customer pay? Okay, so this second business model, okay, when your product become very popular, what do? Nothing. You don't change anything. You do not increase your work hours. You don't produce more. You just stay the same business. 100 products per month. Does the price go up? No. The physical price stays the same. You make 100 sculptures, okay? You make 100 sculptures, and your business costs you $200 per month. So you put the price $2. Okay, 200 per month, 100 items per month that you produce. So 200 divided by 100, yeah. Price per item is $2. Okay, so you have cost $200. $200 per month divided by how many was the supply level? 100 items per month. 100 items per month. Okay, is equal to, we're doing unit analysis. Okay, so months per month, that's cancel out. Okay, so now you have $2 per item. One item costs $2. Okay, so that's the price. Physical price. Metaphysical price is different. Because metaphysical price, now we are talking about copium, human energy, like pain and suffering, work. Okay, and it's this. Okay, so the first business model, okay, if there's twice more demand, yeah, you increase twice, you double the supply. Price stays same. Both metaphysical price and physical price. Physical price is dollar figure. Metaphysical price, pain and suffering. Okay, so yeah, demand goes up, supply goes up. So demand used to be what, 100, supply used to be 100, right? So yeah, cancels out. If demand become 200, well, you increase the supply, so supply become 200. Now metaphysical price zero. They're both zero. If you follow the business model number one, there's more demand, then you increase the supply by hiring more people, renting more office space, workshop space, buying more materials. Okay, so more cost, more supply, price stays the same, and your customers, they are not suffering anymore. It's same wait time, but in business model number two, okay, there's double. In business model number two, scenario is the same. There's twice the demand. But in the second business model, what do? Nothing. You don't make any changes. You still make 100 items per month. So the cost is still $200 per month. So price stays the same. You're not raising any price. It's still $2. Okay, in this second business model. Okay. Then what happens? Yeah, so physical price stays the same. What happens to metaphysical price? That's my question to you, okay? So we're gonna take a break, and okay, that's my question to you. What happens to metaphysical price when there's a lot of demand, but supply doesn't change, cost doesn't change? Okay, yeah, physical price stays the same, right? He's only selling 100 items per month still. Okay, just like those restaurants who refuse to make franchise. Yeah, I'm sure investors, they give that business owner some offers, restaurant owners some offers. Hey, I got the money, so let's make franchise. No, no, I don't want to do that. I want this to be family owned, family operated, small business. I don't want to bring in any investors, or I don't want to hire any more people. No, I just want this to be purely family business. I don't want to hire anybody outside my family. So let them just wait long in line. I don't care. I'm not going to raise the price, okay? And I'm not going to make any franchise. So thank you, but no thank you. Yeah, I just have one restaurant. Let them wait in line, okay? So physical price stays the same. How about metaphysical price? What happens to metaphysical price? That's my question for you, okay? So we're gonna take a break, okay? Okay, let's take a break. Okay, give me 1 second, okay? Okay. Well, let's take a break from economics. Okay, we'll just briefly take a break from economics. Okay, we'll talk about something else very briefly. Jesus in Bible, he said, Mr. Christ. Okay, Mr. Christ said, Mr. Savior. How about that? Mr. Son of God. Okay, Son of God. Son of God. Okay, he said. Ah, he said, prophet is not welcomed in his own hometown, but he is welcomed everywhere else. He said that. One way to interpret that in humanology is this: as a prophet grows up in this his hometown, he's absorbing all this copium from other people. So, the people, the towner of this prophet, the people in this prophet's town, they're exhausted. Ah, this guy, such a troublemaker. He's such a handful guy. We had to tolerate this kid for decades. We are sick and tired of him. We are exhausted because he absorbed all this copium from us. That's why, okay, that's why they don't like him. They have nothing more to give him, this prophet, okay? Okay, so, but other people anywhere else, yeah, they welcome them because they have something more to give because they have never given anything to him, okay? So, one way to look at it, that Jesusian maxim. Prophet is not welcomed in his hometown. Everywhere else, yeah, he's welcomed, okay? Okay, that was the break. Okay, so first business model, the same scenario. The demand doubles. Your product takes off. Your product become very popular and highly valued. Okay, first business model. Blue is dead. This blue is gone. I need to buy more markers. Okay, it ran out of blue ink. So first business model, can you see this? Can you? Number one, first business model, yeah, more supply by employing more people and having more employees. Franchise, okay. So yeah, it's franchise idea, okay. Increase. There's more demand. You increase the supply level, okay. Second business model, Okay, here we can say delta S is more than 0. Okay. Second business model, delta S is equal to 0. You don't do nothing. Oh, let them wait in line. What happens? What's your answer to this metaphysical price? What is metaphysical price? Pain. Pain and suffering to purchase this one product. It goes up, right? Why? Because there's long line. You have to wait for like 1 hour just to buy this piece of sculpture. This supplier is so damn lazy. Okay, he doesn't want to do anything more. He could make more money, so that introduces third business model. You don't increase the price because you're still lazy, but you're kind of smart. You increase the price. Okay. Physical price. Okay. In order to keep the demand constant, because now only rich people can buy your doubled price sculpture, the demand stays the same. Delta D stays the same. Delta P price, yeah, it doubles. You double the price because there's double in demand. The waiting line stays the same. It's not a longer line. No, because less people are buying it because price is too high. So yeah, price is equal to what? Demand minus supply, right? You have more demand? No. You used to have a lot of demand, but once you raise the price, demand goes down and supply stays the same. Okay, so demand is the same and supply is the same, but price is double. So yeah, this is metaphysical. Okay, metaphysical price, it stays the same. Okay, so same demand and same supply. That's why metaphysical price stays the same, because the line length, the wait time to purchase this sculpture is the same. Why? Because there are less people now. Okay, so at first, I'm doing too much hand waving, right? Okay, at first, you just made 100 products, 100 sculptures, okay? And there were 100 people buying those things, okay? This step number one. Step number two, it become very popular. So there are double demands, words of mouth. You're still making 100 items per month, but now 200 people want to buy that per month. So there's longer line. So what do? Step number three, you raise the price, you double the price. Now the demand goes down to the back to the 100 people per month. Okay? So in this step three, demand is still 100, supply always 100, right? So yeah, metaphysical price, same. Wait time, the length of the line, waiting line, same, because still 100 people, rich people only. Okay. So your sculpture become a luxury item. How about physical price? Now this equation stop working, right? Because you just raise the price. Yeah, it's same cost. Okay, same supply. What is cost? Yeah, $200 per month. That's all it costs. Supply? You only make 100 items per month. But plus alpha, beta, or benefit. Okay, you just raise the price, and now this price is all yours. This increased price, we can call it delta P. Okay, delta P. you just raise the price because you see this long waiting line, okay? Because your sculpture become very popular, words of mouth, okay? It sells like pancake, right? Okay, so you know what? I think I kind of feel sorry for all these people waiting in long lines. So let me do them a favor by raising the price so that they don't have to wait for that long. Okay? People like me, people who have a lot of time but not much money, yeah, we are willing to wait long lines. But rich people, they have a lot of money but they have very little time. The idealism, all right? You have rich people, poor people, okay? Time, rich people don't have have time. Rich people, okay. Two axes, money, time, okay? People with less money, poor people, and then you have rich people, okay? Time, poor people have a lot of time. Boy. You have to do this in step because it's kind of confusing. You have rich people and poor people, okay? Rich people and poor people. In terms of money, rich people have a lot of money, poor people have very little money. In terms of time, rich people have very little time, poor people have a lot of time, okay? So they are willing to wait in long line, but rich people, no, they don't have time. They have money. So yeah, they embrace this third business model where this guy, he just increased the price. It doesn't cost much. It does not cost more to this sculptor. It because he's still making just 100 items, but now it's kind of becoming like an auction. You just call the price. The item goes to the highest bidder. Why? Because it's such a popular item. Okay, so this producer, this sculptor, can afford to engage in that gamble. It was an experiment. Okay, there's this long line. Okay, I'm gonna do some experiments, conduct some experiments, economical business experiment. Let's just double the price and let's see what happens. Will people still buy it? I bet they will. Some of them will. Probably half of the people. Yeah, probably 100 people will still buy this item because there are 200 people waiting in line per month. Yeah, I think about 100 people will buy it, still buy, and I'm not increasing my work hours. Cost stay the same. I'm not hiring anybody. Same amount of materials and me, same work hours, about 3 items per day. But I'm making twice as much money because I just doubled the price. Okay, only rich people can purchase my product, my sculpture. Why? Because they love it. Everybody loves it. Rich people, poor people, they all love it, but only rich people can buy my product because I just doubled the price and I'm making twice as much money. Okay? Alright, so let's now try to plot this dualism, okay? So you have money axis, and then you have time axis. Rich people are here. They have very little time, and they have a lot of money. Okay, rich people. Poor people, they have a lot of time, but they have very little money. Okay, okay, so that's the correlation. Okay, the richer a person is, the less time that person is. The less the a person, the richer a person is, the less time he has. The poorer a person is, the more time he has. Why? Because time is money. Okay. Time is money. They are convertible. Copium. Time is copium. Money is copium. It's something of quantifiable. Something of quantity. Something quantifiable and something that's valuable. Time, money. Yeah, they are both copiums and they're interchangeable. They're convertible to each other. How? You work more hours. That's how you make more money. Look at all these employers, bosses. Oh, they work twice as much. That's why they make twice as much money. Because they're converting as much time to make twice as much than you and me. Okay? They have very little time left, but they have a lot of money left. They have disposable income. Okay? Yeah, workaholics, bosses, employers, that's how they are. Okay? I'm not saying it's bad. No, we do need people like that. We do. Okay? I'm just describing some species of people, metaphysical species of people. Some people work very hard, and we appreciate that. We do. Okay? It's cool. We just want them to do some exercise, eat healthy. Okay. Maybe relax a little. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so yeah. Poor people are poor because they don't work very much. So because they have a lot of time at hand because they don't work. People like me, okay. So some people prefer this kind of lifestyle, okay. Yeah, they don't want to work too hard. They rather enjoy the time rather than converting time to work to money. We rather just enjoy it. We rather sing and dance. It's more like southern, like South America, right? Or Africa. Okay? Yeah, they are very well developed in arts, music, dancing. South America, yeah, tango, bachata, salsa, merengue, all that stuff, okay? Partnership dancing, South America. Africa, yeah, solo dancing, okay, or group dancing. Yeah, fantastic music, arts, okay? They are more laid back, relaxed. People who live in very hot around the equator, yeah, they tend to be more relaxed, okay? But people up north, when it's very cold up there, yeah, they tend to work very hard. You just compare Italy and Germany, okay? Italians tend to be more artistic, music, opera, classical music, you know, painting, sculpture, right? Italy. Germans, yeah, they are more industrial, engineering, science, mathematics, philosophy. They are more working rather than arting. Okay, so more sciencing, you know, studying. But Italians, the kind of a hot region, right? There's ocean, and so they rather sing, dance, romance. Italy versus Germany. Okay. Okay. How about we take a break? We made a lot of progress here, okay? We did. We did, okay? We did a lot of progress. We made a lot of progress. And I'm getting sleepy now. What time is it? 9 o'clock. Well, night is still young, and I will start cooking my dinner. Okay. I did have a burger. Okay, it was McDonald's. It's still good. Yeah, McDonald's, Burger King. Yeah, it's still good. Okay, or Arby's. Yeah, they make fantastic burgers. They are good. Okay, so but In and Out is my favorite. Oh, California. Oh, it's just my favorite. Okay, oh, heaven. The taste of paradise. And they're not very expensive. Okay, In and Out hamburgers. Oh my goodness, it's like paradise. Amazing. Okay. Anyway, let's take a break. I'm gonna cook my dinner now. Okay. Um. Then we may continue on this, or we may do something else. Okay. So, we may call it a day. Okay. Probably not because I have to wait until my dinner gets ready, the microwave. So. Okay. Okay, let's keep talking about economics. Okay, and there are some valid economic theories. Okay, some psychology theories aren't too bad. Okay, some, some. Okay, yeah, I took one economics class in college and one psychology class in college. Okay, I aced in both. Okay, so I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, psychology class, it was interesting, and there were like 300, 400, 500. I don't know how many students in that big lecture hall. My grade was on top of the heap in psychology, introduction to psychology class. I like that class. Okay, yeah, it was fun. Okay, and many psychologists, they have good intuition and good experience. So that, again, it's psychologism that we are against, not psychologists, because they're people. Okay, they're good people mostly. Okay, mostly they're nice people. They want to help. Okay, we are not blaming them. Economists, yeah, they are mostly good people. Okay, they're not evil people. No, it's just that God did not send them. God did not give them any messages. God gave us messages. Humanology. Okay. So, and so yeah, we're gonna start brand new. Yeah, there are some valid economics theory. Okay, so we have this British economics, Cambridge School of Economics, whatever, right? They came up with, I think it was Cambridge University. Yeah, I did talk shit about it, that university, about an hour ago, right? Because during the time of this gay John Maynard Keynes, gay Keynes, it was fad. There is something very fashionable, something not fashionable, something very trendy in that Cambridge University to be gay. Okay, John Maynard Keynes was just one of them. Okay, Alan Turing, I don't know what school he went to. Did he go to Cambridge or I don't know, Oxford, whatever. Okay, there's just some of them. Okay, Oscar Wilde, I don't know what school he went to. Cambridge, Oxford, I don't know. But yeah, it was very trendy stuff, like it is trendy today. Homosexuality, horrible. But Cambridge, yeah, whatever. I'm sure there are some decent people there. Okay, so if I insulted Cambridge people, yeah, well, I apologize. Okay, kind of snobbish way. I apologize. How about that? Are you gonna accept it or what? I don't care. Whatever. Laughing like this Mozart in the fantastic, one of my favorite movies of all time, Amadeus. I think director's name is Wolfgang Peterson. I think he's an immigrant from Austria, maybe Czechoslovakia. I think it's from Czech because from what I remember, yeah, that movie Amadeus was shot in Czechoslovakia, I think, like Prague, I think. So my memory, yeah, it's been such a long time. So economics, my memory in economics is also very vague, kind of fading. Okay, so there's this school, Austria in Europe, not Australia, but Austrian School of Economics. I think it's kind of like intuitive, and it rejects all this British demand curve, supply curve, all this mathematics. Nah, don't forget about it. So I think that's what I remember. I might be wrong. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Austrian School of Economics is more like intuitive approach to economics. So there are a lot of different branches in economics. And David Ricardo, I just looked it up. Comparative advantage theory is a very good theory. It has nothing to do with the supply curve, demand curve. And later on, people try to apply that, but it's so unnecessary. Okay. So yeah, comparative advantage is works like this. Okay, so you have two islands. Okay, and this island have the climate or soil condition is perfect for growing apples. Okay, Apple Island. Second island, Orange Island. Okay, the soil, the climate is perfect for growing oranges. So, but to grow apple here, it's very expensive. To grow orange here, very expensive. But to farm apples, very cheap. To farm oranges here, very cheap. What do they do? Because these two people in Apple Island and people in Orange Island, they need both apple and oranges. Apples and oranges, both of them. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna sell half of the apples here, and half of the apple we are gonna consume. Here we're gonna sell half of the oranges here, and half of the oranges we're gonna consume ourselves. So you have 50% apple here, 50% oranges here. Okay, so both islands have apple and oranges, oranges and apples. Okay, here you have apples and oranges. You brought in oranges, you brought in apples. Okay, so yeah, everybody's happy. That's basics of comparative advantage. Yeah, they have all this terminology or absolute advantage, comparative. Forget it. Okay, you don't have to worry about all those numbers. Okay, so apple is cheap to produce here because soil, climate. In this island, orange is very cheap to produce. Apple very expensive to produce. So yeah, why don't we just produce what is cheaper to produce? Orange. It's idea of specialization, division of labor. You do what you enjoy. You work in a job that you really enjoy doing. Cheaper in terms of copium, metaphysical price. Because there's no pain involved in that line of work because you love doing it. Okay? I love growing apples. Okay, so it's kind of cheaper because I'm happy. I'm making apples. I'm apple farmer. I love doing it. So I don't need that much money because I love what I'm doing. As long as I sell it and I pay my bills, I'm happy. I don't need to be rich because I enjoy my job. Okay? And climate is just perfect. Soil condition, perfect. So yeah, I grow apples. Orange, forget about oranges. Here, forget about apples. It's just too expensive and I love eating apples, but I hate farming apples because the soil condition is not right for apples and climate is not right for apples. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna grow oranges and I love growing oranges. So yeah. Oh, you guys need some oranges? Okay, let's exchange. Because we need some apples here. Because we love eating apples and you love eating oranges. You don't want to eat apples all the time. Come on. Right? So yeah, let's exchange. Okay, that's the idea of comparative advantage. Okay? You don't have to think about numbers. Okay? Just conceptually understand it. Right? You know, the common fallacy, common folly, common mistakes that economists make again and again and again, they tend to make problem more difficult than necessary. They don't know Occam's razor principle. If you are gonna make an equation, you need to make it as simple as possible. But this dissertation, I need PhD degree, so it cannot look too simple. Then people will think I'm lazy. Okay, so they try to make an economics equation, as complex as possible, more complex than necessary. That violates Occam's razor principle. An equation should be as simple as possible. Einstein talked about this. Yeah, equation should be as simple as possible, but not more. Okay, you don't want to oversimplify an equation. Okay, yeah, but you should try to make as simple as possible. Okay, without losing any accuracy. Okay, so yeah, economists. Yeah, you major in economics. You write a dissertation, some thesis, some academic paper. You try to make it fancy looking by throwing in some fancy statistics, fancy equations. Garbage. Okay, just waste of time. Okay, that's why economics has failed because they don't understand Occam's razor principle. They just want to look fancy. Okay. Psychology, sociology, I think they're pretty much the same. In PhD level, they are trying to make look like some fancy stuff because they don't want to be accused of being lazy. And guess what? We are humanologists. We're kind of lazy people, and we are not ashamed of that. Okay, because I think Schopenhauer pointed out that yeah, to be creative person, you need some leisure, free time. Yeah, Schopenhauer did talk about that. Okay, so yeah, we are proud of being lazy. We are not exactly lazy, but we are kind of like Rene Descartes. You know, Cartesian coordinate. Yeah, he was kind of lazy guy. Okay, he would just sleep late in the morning and think about mathematics when he's lying on the bed. He's not like sitting and writing equations. No, no. He was just imagining, daydreaming about equations and some brand new way. Leisure, okay? He was just sleeping late, okay? In the morning. He was still lying on his bed and looking up on the ceiling, and there's a folklore. There's this ceiling, right? It's kind of like axis or y axis in the corner on the edge of the ceiling, and then there's this fly on the ceiling, sitting on the ceiling upside down. And oh, okay, how would I locate that fly? Oh, maybe XY axis. Yeah, it's a folklore. We don't know whether it's really what happened or not. But they do say, I think it's maybe in the biography of Rene Descartes, French mathematician and philosopher. Yeah, they say he enjoyed late morning wake up call. He was lying down on his bed very late in the morning. Yeah, probably that part is true. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, David Ricardo. Okay, yeah, yeah, you got it. Okay, yeah, you got some good intuition. Okay, so yeah, there's some valid economic theory. Okay. All right. Yeah, even in psychology, there's this love triangle. Not exactly love triangle, but they call it with some different term. I give love here from A, B, C, and this person give love here, and then love comes right back in a circle. Okay. Yeah, I did see some psychologists have some good intuition. Okay. Yeah, they have some terminologies that I don't quite like. Kind of mechanical, robotic kind of terminology. Yeah, positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement. It's very awkward thing to say. Okay. Why don't you call it positive karma, negative karma? Okay. I understand why they have to reject religion, because religion has some notoriety in the history of science. Like Galileo Galilei, he was forced to say by church, Catholic Church, you shall say, sun revolves around the earth. And Galileo, okay, yeah, I'll just go along with it. no matter what I say, it doesn't change a single thing. Earth still revolves around the sun, not the other way. Because that's what he said in a whisper when he was walking out the courtroom, this ecclesiastical church courtroom. But in front of the church judge, this priest, Catholic priest, he said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I just say what you want me to say. Yeah, sun revolves around the earth." Okay. Because it doesn't matter what it says, okay? That's the science, okay? Science is not philosophy or politics or religion, okay? You cannot, it doesn't matter what you say or think. It's just the way it is, so. And Galileo knew that, right? It's some commentary I read about Galileo Galilei. Okay, so that's the difference between science and religion. Okay, so Galileo had no problem lying about it because him lying doesn't change a single thing in science. Okay, yeah, Earth still revolves around the sun. No matter what I say, it's not gonna change that. Okay, anyway. Yeah, it's not from me. I read some commentary when I was in high school in Korea. Okay, commentary about Galileo Galilei and difference between science and religion. Okay. Anyways, it's time. Is it time to take a break yet? I think it is. Yeah, let's take a break. Okay, and should we talk more about economics? Maybe. Okay. All right, let's take a break, okay? All right. Okay, we're back, and let's keep talking about economics, okay? Because it's been a very long time since we, I mean, beside yesterday and today, it's been several months since we talked about economics, okay? So, yeah, let's give it some love. Okay, the humanology way, all right? So, we're gonna give economicsism. Sounds almost like sexism, man. Ah, let's give it some love, okay? So, let's talk about value. Value. What is valuable to you? Can we express in a nice one equation? Can you capture concept of value, something valuable? This concept of a value in a single equation. Can you? I'm challenging you. I give you like 10 seconds, okay? Oh, 10 seconds. Is time up yet? Has it been 10 seconds already? Yeah, sure. What's your answer? I give you 5 seconds to present it to me. Okay, present it to us. You must have some demons in your house. What do you mean by us? Are there some other ghosts around you? You must be crazy. Why do you keep telling us, we? I mean, everybody, like, in this, people who are watching, not just one person is watching this, okay? There are several. Maybe 5 people, including me. Us, okay? That's what I mean. Okay, you get enough time, okay? So if you ask me, it's gonna be like this, okay? Because we talked about this before. Value is equal to usefulness. We call it utility. I know it's different definition from what they define in shit economics, okay? Utility, usefulness. It's just easier to say utility, okay? Yeah, utility plus scarcity, okay? We have S as a supply, so novelty, okay? It's not exact sense of mathematical equality or mathematical addition, okay? We are using it in more conceptual level, okay? So it's just an analogy kind of level, conceptual level equation, okay? Many humanological equation is like that, okay? Just like here, humanology is equal to science plus religion, okay? Conceptual equation, all right? We are just borrowing some concepts from mathematics. Just like we borrowed baby Jesus, right? We didn't. Did we steal baby Jesus from this nativity scene? By the way, don't do that, okay? It's because it's crime. You don't want to commit any crime, okay? So I don't want you to get into any troubles, okay? But yeah, metaphysically, we did steal Jesus from churches. We did steal Jesus from churches. Because humanology is not Christianity, okay? We stole it. But we're going to return it. So yeah, we borrowed baby Jesus. We borrowed Jesus from Christianity. We're going to return Jesus, baby Jesus, back to Christianity. How? We're going to bring people back to church. We're going to bring a lot of secular people to church, okay? Because church, mostly they are good, okay? So, and secular people, yeah, they can learn a lot from pastors and preachers. Yeah, we're going to bring people to churches, secular people. Why? We don't want to teach people about Bible. No. Go to church. You learn all about Bible in churches. Okay, so division of labor. Okay, our job is to bring secular people to churches. Let pastors professional preachers, let them do their job, teaching people about Bible, about Jesus. Because we don't have time to teach people about Bible, okay? We are humanologists, okay? So we are too busy with mathematics, okay? So we have better things to do than teach people Bible. Very sacrilegious, very blasphemous, whatever. Well, just take it as a joke, okay? Don't take it too seriously, all right? Life is short, okay? So just laugh it off, all right? Okay. Value equation, all right? So, and this equation is our first version, okay? First attempt. Maybe utility, novelty, with something different, okay? We will be mathematically rigorous later on, okay? Now we are just brainstorming, okay? Perhaps popularity, maybe popularity. Do we have P yet? P? Price. Okay. How about fame? Sure. Fame. Fame. If it's something very popular, something very famous, yeah. Some people say, oh, yeah, I want it. Because everybody else has it. Like iPhone. Okay, it has this prestige. Okay. If it is something everybody else does, yeah. Because I don't want to be counted out. I don't want to be isolated or ostracized. No. I want to belong to the majority because I'm such an insecure person. I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone. Ah! So yeah, most girls, they are like that, okay? There are exceptions. I've seen some very courageous women, even in politics, okay? Good girls, okay? Like Jeanne d'Arc, with a Joan, French. Jeanne d'Arc. Something like that, right? Yeah. Joan of Arc. Arkansas? Is she from Arkansas? Yeah, French. This French army general, the first, probably the first female general, but she was condemned as a witch. Okay, she has excellent leadership and she saved France from British invasion. I think I vaguely remember. So these British people they captured Jeanne d'Arc after she saved France and probably like burned her on a stake because they declared her as a witch. But she was a Christian actually, Christian. She was divinely inspired. Okay, just like Srinivasa Ramanujan. I mean, he was not Christian. He was Hinduist, I think, or Sikhist. You know, with turban, you know, Indian religion, Sikhism, right? I don't know. Maybe he was Hinduist, probably Hinduist, but most likely not Buddhist because Buddhism is not that popular in India. It's either Sikhism or Hinduism. Okay. Buddhism originated from India, you know, Gautama Siddhartha, right? But it's more popular in China. Okay, Buddhism. Or Korea or Japan. Okay. You don't see many Buddhist temples in India. Okay. By the way, anyway, the prophet not being welcomed in his own hometown, just like Jesus is not welcomed in Israel. Yeah, Buddha is not very welcomed in India. Okay. But Confucius, yeah, he's from China, but he's very welcomed in China. Okay, so China is a big country. So, anyways, okay, so why are we talking about John Dark? Yeah, yeah, women can be very strong and very effective leaders. Women like Margaret Thatcher or Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, they can be very effective leaders because that's what mothers do. They are leaders of their children. Mothers. Okay, so yeah, they have leadership. Yeah, they can be very effective leaders. Okay, and I've seen some fantastic female managers. I've seen some bad female managers too. Good male managers and bad male managers. I've seen all four kinds. Okay, so anyways, so yeah, it's not about gender. Okay. All right. So but women tend to majority of women tend to gravitate towards this big and famous mainstream thing. So most women are probably Democrats, okay, while most men are probably Republicans. Okay, so when it comes to Democratic Party and Republican Party, Democrats they're good. I love Democrats. I love liberalism. Okay, they tend to be more sympathetic, more like motherly, soft love. Okay, and also they tend to follow majoritarian view. Okay, so Republicanism, conservative, they tend to be more father-like, tough love. Okay, so it's a good system, bipartisanship, mother, motherly soft love, fatherly tough love. Yeah, it's a very, very well balanced system. Okay, in American politics, yeah, it's good. Okay, and okay, so yeah, there could be more terms later on. Okay, so how useful this is, yeah, they're valuable. How new, how different, how unique this thing is, yeah, it's valuable. Scarcity, okay, new. How famous, how mainstream, how majoritarian it is, yeah. Some people think it's valuable that way just because it's majoritarian, mainstream, trend, trendy, okay. Because they want to belong to the majority because they're kind of insecure. They cannot stand up on their own 2 feet. They want to lean, depend upon something big and powerful. Yeah, many people are like that. Okay. All right. So, and there could be some other stuff. Okay. How about something intrinsic? Well, utility, usefulness. I can, you can think of that encompasses, includes that some intrinsic value, utility. Okay, intrinsic beauty, intrinsic truth, truthfulness. Yeah, you can put in there. Okay, and that, but that independent variables here. Okay, something very useful, maybe something very old, like scissors. It's nothing new. Is it has anything to do with fame, majoritarian thing? No, scissors is valuable because it's purely useful. Okay, and something majoritarian, it can be something very old and very well known. It may be nothing new. Something majoritarian like maybe wearing neckties in an office. Okay, it's nothing new. It's nothing useful, but it's something most people do in an office, in a corporation, management level, or politicians, whatever. So yeah, neckties. though it's not useful, it's nothing new, but it's majoritarian politicians or higher level executives. That's what they do. Custom. Something famous, majoritarian thing. Yeah, so necktie is valuable that way. Okay. So convention, culture, majoritarian thing. Okay. Yeah, that's it captures that. Okay. Something new is about something scarce, something minority. Fame is more of a majority. Okay. Something new is more of a minority. Something usefulness is more like thing in itself, the intrinsic inherent value. Whether it's new or whether it's majoritarian thing, old thing, new thing, minority, okay, scarcity, right? Scarcity value. Fame is about more like majoritarian thing, okay? Yeah, okay. You so it's more superficial thing, okay? More outer level superficial thing. Because something new, yeah, well, as time goes by, it will become something old, okay? Something majoritarian thing, how popular it is, well, it can change, but it's intrinsic value. So these are outer thing, outer value, outer, superficial thing. This one, utility, how useful it is inner value. Okay, it never changes. Intrinsic, inherent value, scissors. Okay, this one's about more like trend. It can change. So this one is static. These two things, dynamic. It changes over time. This one, static. It never changes over time. How useful is a scissors, pair of scissors, or knife, or lighter, match, those kind of things. Fire, water, food. Yeah. It's always valuable because we need it. Electricity. Yeah. Always valuable. Okay? Alright. We have 30 more minutes. Okay? So, I was gonna talk about something else. I forgot. We are talking about so many different things. Okay, so we're gonna take a break. Okay, and we use 30 minutes talking about something. Okay, let's take a break. Okay. No homework assignment. Okay, during this break. Just relax. Okay. Rest for 5 minutes. Okay, we'll be back. All right. Okay, I'm still cooking my dinner. I have this macaroni, this pasta, just the noodle. Okay, the macaroni, those squiggly thing, dry. It's wheat based. It's kind of brown. Okay, I want to eat healthy. So I have that in the microwave and skinless, boneless chicken breast from Walmart. I love that stuff. Oh, so good. Or microwave. I only use microwave to cook. Okay, that's my dinner. I live very simple life. Because to me, eating is more of a nuisance. Okay, I don't like eating. I like drinking. Eating is not that important to me. I want to be more than animal. Okay, animal. What do they do? All they do is eating, right? So don't be like an animal. Okay, eating should not be an important part of your life. Okay, it's not from me. It's from Jesus. Okay, life is more than bread. That's what Jesus said. Okay, so yeah, don't spend too much time cooking, eating. Okay, and you become all the same in your stomach. They go all mixed and mushy and whatever. Do more metaphysical. Be more metaphysical. Be more like God, angels. Okay, yeah, because I want to be a good role model. Okay, so yeah, I spend more time thinking, studying, learning, teaching, like here, dancing, martial arts, running. Eating isn't that important. Okay, yeah, to me, eating is like nuisance, nuisance. So I eat as quickly as possible. Not really. No, when I eat, I watch this Twilight Zone series or movie. Okay, I eat very slow, just like French people. Okay, but I don't spend in terms of cooking. Yeah, it's always microwave. I cook very fast. Well, not very fast in time, but I just put stuff in the plastic container and I just put it in the microwave. So it takes long time to microwave things, but it's not me spending time cooking. I'm not doing this frying pan or frying pan. No, no. It's microwave. I just put it in there and microwave does all the work. It does take time for microwave to boil the water, for example. But it's not me. Okay, I just put things together and I put it in the microwave and I do something else. I don't myself don't spend time on cooking. My microwave does the rest. Okay. All right. I mean, it tastes great when I'm hungry. Maybe that's why I'm stay in shape because the food I eat isn't that tasteful, so I don't like eating them. I prefer drinking, whatever. But they are good flavorful, and I like it. I like what I cook. I put like different spices like oregano or paprika, chili, whatever, vinegar, soybean sauce, whatever, soy sauce. I do like what I cook. I think they are yummy, tasty, nutritious, lean, healthy. Okay. Anyways, so people say, "Oh, microwave, oh, plastic container, they are unhealthy." I don't think so. I think they are as healthy as anything else. Okay, sure. And look at me, I'm healthy. I'm lean, fit, healthy. Okay, so yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with microwave or plastic container. I love plastics. It's a great American invention. Okay, plastic as opposed to steel, metal, or glass. Plastic, I prefer plastic. Why? Because it's lighter, cheaper, and it doesn't break when you drop it. Yeah, because it's too light. Sometimes I knock it over because so light, and I spill milk sometimes. Yeah, it happens. It's goods and bads, but I prefer plastic because it's cheaper. It's something I can afford, and it's lighter. Okay, and it's durable. Okay, I carry my plastic water bottle everywhere. So some people may say, "What are you, baby? Why do you carry bottle everywhere? You what, retarded?" I love water. I have to have water bottle everywhere. When I was in the army, I used to carry this camel bag everywhere, even with my civilian clothing off the hours. I loved camel bag. Oh my, great American invention. Okay. When I say American invention, it's my guess. It could have come from somewhere else, but yeah, camel bag. I loved camel bag, and I have civilian camel bag with me. Sometimes when I go hiking, yeah, I have camel bag with me. Okay, and in the camel bag, I have this bear spray. Okay, so we have bears in Alaska. Okay, so sometimes when I go deep in the woods, I have bear spray on my hand when I'm hiking because bears they can come from anywhere, all of a sudden. I have bear can right here on my hand, okay, because they're sneaky. They're hunters. They're smart. They know how to sneak in, stalk. They can stalk on you. Okay. Great hunter, very smart, intelligent. All of a sudden they charge at you. Okay, bear spray. Yeah, but it's not quite enough sometimes. Okay. The best weapon against bears probably shotgun. Okay. Or machine gun. With long magazine. But I don't have money to buy those things, so nowadays I don't even hike. I just run around the neighborhood. Okay, so or during the lunchtime I run. Yeah, I don't really hike that much nowadays. Okay, so there was this one thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, kind of forgot. Isn't this pretty, by the way? To me, it is. Something new, scarcity, okay, minority, something famous, majority, established. Yeah, something old, you know. But it's about time, okay, so more superficial thing. Something intrinsic value, yeah, utility, usefulness. What is S? What is S? What is D? I don't even remember what we try to stand for by this letter. What is S and what is D? I forgot, okay. I don't remember. Okay, so rather than torturing myself trying to remember what they stand for, I'd rather just erase. Ah, fuck this, man. Whatever. Life is short, so I'm sorry. It was something cool. I just don't remember. Static, dynamic. I got it. Dynamic, yeah, time component. Static, timeless. Timeless value. How useful it is. Inherent. Yeah. Static, dynamic. Yeah, it changes along the timeline. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. Time, non-time. Temporal, spatial, whatever. Okay. Okay, we have 20 minutes left. What do we do? What do we talk about? I don't quite feel like dancing because before I went to work, yeah, I did some dancing, watching these music videos. And I had fun. Martial arts, we did enough. We did enough of martial arts. Weight training, we did enough. I'm just sleepy. Um, I want to make the best use of the 17 minutes left. Why don't we take a break? Okay, 17 minutes. Yeah, let's take 2 minutes break. Okay, maybe it will come to us. This something that we want to talk about. Yeah, let's take a break. Okay. All right. I want warm milk. I want to microwave milk. Okay. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm warming my milk because I love. I don't want. I don't like warm milk, like tepid milk, lukewarm milk. No, I like hot milk. Okay. Sometimes I put like some stuff in there, like pepper, paprika, chopped red pepper, or even oregano, spice, sprinkle, Italian sprinkle. Yeah, I put them in the milk, and it's like a soup. It's a fat-free milk. Oh, it tastes so good. Sometimes even put the Indian curry sauce in the milk. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I microwave it. Anyways, I still don't remember what I thought is worthwhile to talk about. So let's talk about something else then. Yeah, we talked about friendship, right? Yeah, it's asexual thing. Okay, can a husband and wife be friends? Of course, because in a romantic relationship, if it's not just one night stand or hookup, yeah, there's more to a relationship between a man and a woman than sexuality. Okay, because a man and woman, they got married and they get old, so sex kind of become painful for women and also to men as well. Okay, it's wear and tear, right? Because once you get old, you don't heal very fast. Okay, you get injured more easily. Okay, so yeah, sex kind of become painful for old people, both men and women. Okay, I told you. Did I tell you? I used to masturbate and I didn't get any injury. But nowadays I have to be very careful when I masturbate because I get sore when I masturbate. Okay, so I have to be very gentle and cautious the way I do it. So I finally figured it out. Okay, so I watched this adult film in the internet for free, and yeah, I kind of put pressure in there on the floor. I'm lying on the floor with my abdomen on the floor. Okay, then I do like yeah. Then when I reach this calm moment or orgasm, whatever, climax, whatever, I lift my body up a little bit so that I don't put too much pressure on my male reproductive organ against the floor. I just let it flow out and I scream like a girl, like eh, eh. Okay, and then I squeeze my pillow like with two hands, like ee, ee. Okay, so yeah, then I don't get injured. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, old couple, they are very beautiful. Okay, together, very loving. That's like friendship. There's no sex, but still, they care about each other. Friendship. Okay. Yeah, it's not conditioned on sex. Sex is not a currency anymore. It's just pure friendship. It's something very beautiful. Okay, so yeah, old couple. Yeah, so Jesus was very against divorce. Jesus was anti-divorce, anti-divorcist. That's Jesus, right? But at the same time, Jesus said, if your limb make you sin, cut it off. Okay, humanological interpretation is this: if you are in an abusive relationship, you're married, but your husband is very abusive. So there's in psychology and also in criminal law what's called battered woman syndrome. Battered woman syndrome. So this woman, husband is so physically abusive, so she kills him when he was sleeping, like shooting from behind, like shooting on the back, so to speak. Okay, so battered woman syndrome. Okay, so psychologists they say, oh, learned helplessness. No, Okay, so what they need is listen to Jesus and just get away. Because you can file divorce ex parte, meaning you don't need consent of your husband. You can just file divorce on your own. This husband of mine is abusive, so I ran away and I want divorce. And the court can give you that without any consent from her husband. Okay, ex parte. Also, pro se, yeah, you don't need a lawyer. Okay, you can do it, file divorce on your own. Okay, just do some research. Okay, because if you stay with him, you end up killing him, and you may go to jail for life for first degree murder, depending on what state you are in. Okay, so before that happens, yeah, divorce. If it's an abusive relationship, because you don't want your husband to kill you if you're a woman, okay? And so let's assume you are a woman, okay? You don't want your husband to kill you, and you don't want to kill your husband, okay? Best way, run away. Run away, file a divorce, get the hell out of there, okay? Because there are abusive relationships, right? So yeah, don't stay there. It's not good for you. It's not good for him. It doesn't serve anybody. Get out of there. Then why do some women stay in such abusive relationship? It's because maybe they are afraid to be alone. Stigma. Or maybe her husband, abusive husband, give her money. A lot of money. Maybe she's waiting until he dies to get more life insurance money. She's kind of economically, financially depend on her abusive husband. Maybe she's kind of lazy. She doesn't want to work, maybe. Okay? But she also is a human being, so she is so angry, so she kills him. Okay? So it's that situation, okay? It's not some learned happinessness. No, it's so garbage. Battered woman syndrome, garbage, okay? It's that, okay? So yeah, this girl, they psychologists just like economists throw in all this fancy concept, fancy language, terminology, all made up, all artificial, all imagined and false. Okay? Human emotion is simple. This woman is lazy. Okay? She does not want to work. And she does not want to go through these big changes, because change demands a lot of work of adjustment to a new situation. She's been married to this abusive husband for a decade, and now she thinks about divorcing him, and she'll be single again, and she'll have to look for a new husband. Oh, too much work. I don't want it. I'd rather die by letting him kill me, or I'd rather kill him and go to jail. Lazy. Okay? You have to have that leap of faith. See, all these criminals, crimes, because they don't believe in God. Okay, they don't have faith. So they cannot leap. They cannot have leap of faith. They cannot jump out of that toxic relationship. Okay? Jesus said, if your limb makes you sin, cut it off. In humanology, no, we don't interpret that. We don't interpret Bible physically. We interpret it metaphysically. Okay? What is a limb? Relationship. Okay? A human being have multiple relationships, right? There's you, your spouse, your friend, your family, and then your people, your colleague, your job, people at your job, your colleague, your boss, your subordinate. 4 limbs, 2 arms, 2 legs. Okay, which would be legs? So your spouse, your family, like your parents, your relatives. Okay, so your friends, your job, whatever. 4 limbs. Okay, 2 hands, 2 legs. Uh, your colleague, your in your job, your family, your friends. Yeah, maybe they are more like hands. And your spouse, your own family, your children, your husband, wife, maybe your leg, your relatives, your parents, maybe leg. Kind of like support system, right? But friends, yeah, jobs, kind of hands, right? You can manipulate them. You have more degree for them. But your spouse, your own family, your children, yeah, or your parents, your relatives, your siblings, yeah, they're like more support system, right? If they make you sin, are you thinking about murdering your own spouse? Yeah, cut it off. Sever it. Divorce. Children, well, if they make you sin, if you're feeling like killing your own children, then send them to adoption agency or orphanage, or yeah, disown them. It's better than murdering them, right? Yeah, that's what Jesus teaches. Okay, I mean that's humanological interpretation of the Jesusian teaching. You cut off your limb, metaphysical limb. Okay, so okay, time is up. Okay, it's been 3 hours. So it's been a great pleasure. Okay, so thank you for spending time with me, and we'll see each other again. Okay, bye.